Hey everyone, Jake here for American Trucks, and in this video we're taking a look at these Denali style LED taillights fitting 2014 to 2018 Sierra 1500s with factory halogen taillights. Whether you wanted a Denali and couldn't get your hands on one, or you just want more lighting output for your Sierra while keeping things close to factory fresh, these taillights are going to be just your speed. Featuring that signature Denali look and factory style lighting elements, these are going to get you the look you're after for a lot less than you'd have to pay to get them from GM. The Denali trim trucks just add a little extra something to what is honestly, or at least in my opinion, an already good looking truck. Now, you can have that on your Sierra too, even if it wasn't optioned that way from the factory. These look pretty much identical to the factory Denali taillights with the black inner housings and the red reflectors. They're also a spitting image of the factory units under the skin as well, as they're pretty much all LED lighting elements. You get the C-shaped running lights on the outer edges, yet with more LEDs for your turn signals, brake lights, and the only remaining incandescent bulb is going to be your reverse light. However, if you want to swap that out, it's super easy to do, and we've got some options on our site for that as well. But all told, these are going to be significantly brighter than your standard tail lights. They really help modernize the rear end of these trucks, and of course it makes your truck easier to see out on the road as well. Plus, another benefit is that they are DOT and SAE approved, meaning they are fully street legal. Construction here is all OEM grade ABS plastic for the housings with polycarbonate over top for the lenses. Everything is weather sealed to help protect the electronics inside, and since they're mostly LED lighting elements, everything should last you quite some time. Again, the only one that's going to be an incandescent bulb remaining is your reverse light right here in the center. However, that is easy enough to change. They also come ready to go with all the wiring pretty much done, and you even get the resistors that you need to plug them in and keep them from flickering or hyper flashing. We'll talk more about install in a few moments. As far as price goes, you can expect these to run you about $600, which does make them a more premium option in the segment. But the pair of them is still a heck of a lot less expensive than even just buying one of these direct from GM. Trust me, I looked for you, save yourself the hassle and the sticker shock. And while you might be paying a bit more for these compared to other options in the category, these are well made, they should last you a while, and they look just right on the truck as well. Installation is going to get a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should only take you about 1 hour to complete, probably less if you're quick. Now, like I mentioned earlier, these are a plug and play operation. They come with everything pretty much ready to go and wired up. You've got these resistors that you just have to plug in, and you'll probably just spend some time routing the wiring where you want it. But otherwise, these are going to use your factory mounting points, and you don't need to modify anything on the truck or do any wiring, so you can easily return your truck to stock if you need to do so. Not much more I can say about it here, so with that, let's head on out to the shop and we'll walk you through the process.
For this install, you will need a ratchet, 3/8 1/4 inch adapter if necessary, T15 Torx bit, and a clip removal tool. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing some taillights on our Sierra, so let's get started. Alrighty guys, so for this new setup, what we're going to need to do is go under the truck first and unplug our factory main harness for our taillights, which is located at the back of the truck behind the bumper. So we're going to need to get under there and unplug that straight from the body side connector so we can remove the whole harness in preparation for our new LED conversion that's going to go in with a new harness. So we'll get under the truck, show you how to unplug all that, get that out, and then we'll pull our taillights and we'll be ready to go. So your taillight harness connectors located on your truck are underneath the driver's side of your bumper here. So if you go right back in under the driver's side, behind the bumper, you're gonna see a gray and blue connector, which we'll show you. We're gonna be unplugging those both because we're gonna need to remove those harnesses to install our new setup. So we'll show you how to get those unplugged, and then we'll get our harnesses out and get our taillights out. So to unplug our connectors here, we're gonna need to push back those red safety tabs, and then we'll go ahead and pull our connector out by pushing in the release and popping that out. Pop that out. And then you'll want to do the same thing for the blue one. So now for the passenger side, once you have it unplugged, there are a couple clips going along the back side of the bumper here that we really can't see. It's going to be hard to show, but you're going to need a clip removal tool. And then you're just going to go ahead and pop those clips out of their slots on the body, and then go ahead and fish your harness at least back to this point down by the lower part of the bumper here. So now we'll go ahead and grab our tool and go ahead and pop these clips out. And there's also one directly behind the spare tire is honestly kind of difficult to get to, but if you just follow your harness back, you will feel it. So now once we have all our clips out, we'll go ahead and pull our harness back to this side. Now there is a little bracket that you have to also pull it over for it to fully be able to come out. We'll fish it over that now. Now that we have that off, we can go up and actually remove our taillight, and then we'll pull the whole taillight and harness out as one assembly. So now we can go ahead and remove our taillight. So what we're going to do is remove the two T15 Torx screws holding it in place. Go ahead and pull it out. So we'll grab our T15 Torx bit on our ratchet and go ahead and pull these out. Now your taillight also has two locators located out here on the outside, so we'll just go ahead and pull that straight back and that'll pop those out of their place. Now we'll go ahead and pull our whole harness assembly out. With our taillight. So now once you have this taillight out, you can go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Notably, the driver's side is a lot easier because the harness isn't as long and crossing over, so you'll have a much easier time with the driver's side. So now we can go ahead and begin installing our new taillight setup. So what we're going to do first is take the new harness that is connected to our taillight. We're going to fish it back down through the body of our truck just as our factory one was, so we can route it to the same spot. Also noted here is we do have to plug in our little ballast to the connector of our harness here. Now we're not going to plug that in just yet. We're going to wait until we get it over to where it needs to be because it follows the entire harness down. It's much easier. It's one less thing to try to fish through the whole truck. So we'll go ahead and just keep that in mind once we get there. And we'll go ahead and take our taillight, take our harness here. We're going to fish that right back down through that same hole. Get it all the way through. Might get caught up on the bottom of your bumper, but that's okay. Just give it a little twist. Go ahead and drop this all the way down. Then the first thing we can do is go ahead and install our taillight itself, and then we'll go ahead and worry about the harness after we get this in. So we'll line up our locators here to our body side, and then reinstall our two screws and get this buttoned up. Now we'll go ahead and grab our T15 Torx bit on our ratchet again and tighten these down. So now we're back under the truck, and what we're going to do is route this harness exactly where our factory one came out. So we'll go ahead and start by sending it over this little bracket here and across to our connector. So now that we've got this over, we can go ahead and plug it in to our body side connector. So now once we've got this over to our connector side, we're going to go ahead and plug that in right where our factory one came out. So now we'll go ahead and plug this into our factory connector. Once we have this plugged in, go ahead and grab our other little plug for our ballast. Go ahead and plug that in. Now you can feel free to secure this up out of the way however you'd like. If you want to zip tie it to your harness or whatever you want to do. For demonstration purposes, we're just going to tuck ours back up in here, out of the way. It's not going to go anywhere. Keep that up out of the way. So now once you have everything done for this side, you can go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Denali style LED taillights with black housings and red lenses for your 14 to 18 Sierra 1500 with factory halogen taillights. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Sierra, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.